Let's see global semiconductor shortage. IMF has already predicted a slowdown in global economy, and the semiconductor shortage may further exacerbate it because this is semiconductors are needed in every other industry. So the shortage is already persisted for 1 year, and the important companies are setting up the plants, but it will take 2 to 3 years more. Therefore, there is no immediate respite in the foreseeable future. So, what is the significance of semiconductors? They are building blocks of today's technology. They are found in phones, laptops, mobiles, everything, etc. So they make the devices compact, cheap, and powerful. So they will enable the greatest breakthroughs. For example, IoT, 5G, etc. All will be possible of because of semiconductors only. So what is the current structure of industry? Industry comprises of front end, there is fab manufacturing, and back end there is assembly. This is basically done in Asia and this is done in Western countries. So entire value chain is spread in few countries like USA, Taiwan, Japan, China, Korea, and some European countries. It is dominated by TSMC, which is in Taiwan, and Samsung Korea. So defining features of industries are initially there will be very high research and development cost, and the supply chain is concentrated like we have seen here, and market concentration 80% of revenue is generated by the top three companies, and it is very complex industry, needs at least 300 high technological inputs. So what are the reasons for shortages? First one is pandemic. Due to pandemic and work from home, demand has increased, whereas due to lockdown, supply has come down. Second, Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russia supplies important inputs like palladium, and Ukraine some rare gases. Also, the complex manufacturing system where there is a lot of interdependencies, and the lockdown imposes etc. And also just-in-time manufacturing techniques, that is keeping minimum inventory. Suppose if there is a car and there is a chip that needs to be put in the car, so when the entire car is ready, then they will order the chip. So this is the just-in-time techniques. And what is the response by companies? They're following three strategies. First one is to hold more inventory. Second, they're outsourcing to TSMC. For example, Intel manufactures its own chips. Still, they're outsourcing to TSMC. Third is self-reliance, which Ford is following. Next, what is India's position? India imports 100%, and of that 100%, 37% is from China itself. We have two fabs for defense and space, but none for commercial. So India is in very bad position. So what are the future trends? Right now, it is 80-20. That is 80% in Asia and 20% in West. US and Europe, they are incentivizing to set up fabs in their own region to bring balance to this 80-20. What should be the India strategy? In short run, we have no capacity to install these fabs because it takes almost $7 billion to set up a fab. So we should focus on foreign acquisitions, and in the long run we can focus on improving R&D investments, and also then later set up indigenous units. So what are pros of setting up indigenous manufacturing? First of all, we can tackle the supply shocks. Second, the demand will rise in India because of improving standards of living. Employment generation, Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliance India. For example, China can withhold the semiconductor chips, thereby weaponizing the supply chain. We also will have geopolitical benefits where we can use this as leverage, and we will data security issues will be addressed because we know what the chips are made of. Next, what are the initiatives? India has a national policy on electronics 2019 spec scheme whereby we give financial incentives for setting up domestic units. EMC, that is electronic manufacturing based on clusters. PLI, production linked incentives, and FDA promotion. So what are the challenges? High cost of establishment, that is $7 billion for one fab. Ease of doing business and bureaucratic inefficiencies. Unstable power supply, this needs 24/7 uninterrupted power supply for manufacturing. High tech input needed, like we see in some 300 high tech inputs needed for the manufacturing. Structural flaws leads to poor FDI, which are land acquisition, dearth of skilled labor, and unstable tax regime. So what should be the way forward? First of all, immediately invest in R&D. For example, IT Madras has manufactured this Moshik microprocessor chip because of the R&D investment from MIT, and sovereign patent fund can be created under national policy on electronics. Minimum assurance of domestic procurement must be there, which will incentivize a lot. Foreign acquisitions for high-tech inputs, these 300 inputs, not everything can be manufactured in India, so we should go for foreign acquisitions. And finally, we should focus on initially at least we should focus on economically and technologically viable chips, that is 28 nanometer chips.